You're watching Force 13's live streaming service.
So, Francine and Bebinca, both active right now, both tropical storms. Francine heading towards the US Gulf Coast right now, and Bebinca is currently pretty much over Guam right now. The warnings right now, there's tropical storm warning for Mariana Islands, the Mexico coast from Lavaderos to Port Mansfield, Texas, the US Gulf Coast from Homer to Grand Bay, and there's hurricane warnings for the LA coast from Holly Beach to Homer. Tropical storm watches for the whole of the Alabama coast. You've got Texas coast from Port Mansfield to Holly Beach in LA, which is Louisiana obviously, and there's no hurricane watches in place anywhere at the moment. I'm currently joined by the team here. There they are. We got Charlie and Burke. They're the only people that are here today. Hello. I'll be putting the cone up in a moment. What do you guys think of the storm right now?
Bebinca, right?
Whoa, any storm.
Any storm. Well, Francine is intensifying quite quickly at the moment. In fact, I wouldn't put it off to say it would definitely be a hurricane by the end of tonight.
I was going to say, it might end up being a hurricane by the time.
And of course, hurricane warnings are already in place for Louisiana, the Louisiana coast. And not to mention there's also tropical storm warnings for, I think, Texas and other sorts. I'll put it up on the side.
So, there's the cone right there.
Yeah, that's true.
This storm
surge too.
has decided to intensify a lot quicker than we were forecasting it to. Currently we're code orange on T coast, so that's interesting. If you guys have any questions for us as well, type in the live chat Force 13, and we'll reply as soon as we can to your questions you have. If anyone is needs to know the answers to some questions, we can get to you in due time. But there's the cone, as I said. Now the advisory is coming out. When's it coming out then, Charlie? Coming out
The
very
next
soon.
advisory, I think it comes out in the next hour or so. I think. I need to figure out.
So we'll
When was
have
the
the
last-
latest info when that comes out in very soon then. Hurricane Ultimate Ron says, Force 13, do you think Tropical Storm Francine will become a major hurricane before landfall? Now, myself, I think it certainly has the
Capability.
it has the potential to, yes, but currently we're not going to forecast that quite yet, but it does indeed have the potential to, and should never rule that out. I mean, for a storm that heads.
You should never rule it out. Never rule it out.
And also we've got from Weather Tracker, will it be a Cat 2? Well, most likely that's what most people are forecasting right now. I believe most models are going for Category 2 for a Category 2 forecast right now. See if there's anything else that I can have a look at. So we've also got Bebinca active, obviously. And what's your guys' thoughts on that before I?
Well, I'll say Bebinca got itself sorted out incredibly quickly.
I was going to say the same thing. Yep. Yeah, Bebinca's very
because
organized now.
it was 14W not too long ago.
Yeah.
But obviously, there you are. There's the cone. JTWC is predicting. I think that's a major typhoon landfall, or almost a major typhoon landfall, on Okinawa, which is part of the Ryukyu Islands of Japan. and then it moves on to China. There's no extended forecast for China. It's too far out, but the storm looks like it's gonna become
Definitely going to become a typhoon.
become a typhoon on the 13th at 12Z. It says here for the GTWC. I'm not sure what we expect it to do, because this storm has just fired up so quickly. But there's that's the GTWC code. Now, Charlie, you're flying into what storm was it? Francine.
I will be flying to Francine
We'll
in
be
a
flying
second.
into Francine. So we'll have a look at what Charlie's doing in just a moment when he tells us that he's flying in there. I'm just going to have a look at see if we've got any more questions here. At Force 13, how strong will Bebinca be? I believe we just answered that. It looks like it's going to be a Cat 3.
Also, GTWC, it looks like 95 knots maybe, but...
And then Hurricane Alton Bron
100 knots
says,
even.
Force 13, how much rainfall will Louisiana get from Hurricane Francine? Now, I do actually... I did get a graph, and let me see if I can just pull it up.
Yeah, I've got one up as well.
Is this right? I think that's right, yes. So, this is Tropical Storm Francine, day 1 to 5 rainfall forecast. This is in inches, it says down the bottom there. So, but you can see they have like a the center of the storm mainly stays so the sort of like to the southern area of that. I think I worded that wrong. I'll start over. The main gradient of the rainfall forecast there is sort of more to the north of where the storm looks like it's going to track and where the forecast cone says. So you can see where it makes landfall. It's more the north of where it makes landfall that will get most of the rain that's forecasted. But there is a swath of rain that comes out. I believe that would probably be after it's made landfall. That covers New Orleans, and it stretches down to the Florida coast pretty much there, and just reaching Tallahassee. So that's interesting to see there. That's just be another swath coming out of it, or just more convection. I'm just gonna ask Charlie. Charlie, are you ready yet to show your screen flying into the storm?
Well, yeah, I will pull up just now. I've got one thing about the rainfall though. It does seem it's a very north.
Oh yeah.
Wind quadrant. I mean, obviously the storm is very north heavy, I should say.
Yes. I do have.
So you most likely get most of the rainfall from the first pass, not the second.
Now this graphic here is very interesting to me. You can see this here. The NHC. They're currently there we are. The NHC are currently forecasting 5 to 10 feet of storm surge in the centre of the hurricane warning that we have there, from Rockefeller Wildlife Refuge to
goodness,
5 to 10 Fortune. Feet. 5 to 10 feet, yep. And that it's quite a large portion of Louisiana that Louisiana coast that gets 5 to 10 feet there.
Yeah,
and what was that, Beck?
Louisiana coast is expected to get, to answer, I think he was asking about how many inches of rain you think they're going to get. They're projected to get anywhere from 7 to 10 plus inches of rain over the course of the next couple of days of that storm.
Yes.
Well, I'll get this.
Right, then let's have a look.
And then other areas you could see upwards of maybe 5, maybe 10 inches, depending on the area.
Thank you. Now let's have a look at Charlie's screen then, shall we?
I'm flying an F-18. It's the only storm chasing plane I have, so this will do. At least it does show pressure, I believe. So I think
that
will be good. But
right, let's have a look. has cut off hair. Oh, it has cut off dry air via Cabro radar. Oh, okay then. And Force 13. What are the considerations for the dry air intrusion in Francine? Well, I did see that earlier when I was having a look at the storm, and I thought that definitely could show signs of lower strength very soon, which that would be good. But there it is. I worded it not very well there, sorry, but yeah, the storm has become a lot smaller than it was before, the wind field, but
yeah,
I'm not sure if it's
it is still quite a very
not.
top-heavy storm, though, I will say.
Yes, north heavy storm, as you said earlier. That is good. We currently have it, just as you can see on the sidebar there, it's moving north-northeast at 8 miles per hour, and the pressure is actually 988 millibars.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And then you can see Bebinca on the side there, and what we have of that storm too. And I'll just read it out as well. Movement northwest at 13 miles per hour for that storm. And we've got it 40 miles per hour and 1001 millibars, I think it said. Now, is this... let's have a look at Charlie's screen. Alright, why is your screen not like... There we are. So where are you currently, Charlie? Because
I took off...
I don't know where you are.
Right off of Mexico, and I believe... I mean, I'm not near the storm currently, but this direction will get me there. There won't be too much of a built structure, I wouldn't believe, because obviously it's still its early stage. But I'm sure we'll be able to see something.
Does Burke have anything to say about any of these storms? Because we haven't gone to you yet. Have you got anything to say about both of them?
No, you guys are covering it pretty well. It's just always be prepared for anything, especially those in the U.S. and the Louisiana and Louisiana, Texas, that whole area. Always be prepared. It looks like it's structuring very well, and it looks like it's going to. The temperatures of the water are very good for it to continue just getting more and more powerful. And the millibars just keep on falling, so be prepared for anything.
Yeah.
Evacuate.
Yes. Yes.
Now, well, Bebinca currently is blowing up a load of convection over Guam, so that would be causing a load of rain over that area. So if anyone is in Guam right now, tell us how it is for you, anyone watching the stream in Guam, because this storm is blowing up a lot of convection over that area. If I
dumping a load of rain, so it's not.
And here you can see at the bottom left there, that there is Bebinca, and it is moving just, I believe that's just to the south of Guam. I think I can't quite see it there, but either way it is dumping a load of rain, a ton. So and all that convection blowing up nearby assists that. So here's Charlie's view right now.
Looks like we're coming into the outer edges of the storm. I would think so, looking at what's in front of me.
Yeah. There are clouds, Charlie.
They are indeed clouds, but these look a bit darker than normal, so...
Well, why don't I start off by saying, the T-coast right now, I can bring up. That's the T-coast is state as of 15Z, that is, so just,
just saw a lightning
2 hours before we started this stream. That's what that looked like there. They're not at all different really with the wind speed and the pressure there, but code orange for Francine, 82 points we have, and Francine was a surprise to me and Charlie last night when it was already code orange last night before
last night, and that
Before it even
forecast went to
started
100 knot
intensifying properly.
forecast.
Yeah. So, whoa, the forecast is going to 100 knots then. Oh, well then it's forecast to become a major. Wow.
Yeah, it's
Well then that is the T-coast.
that was
changed
obviously last night. I don't know if it's changed at all since, but
yeah, you did have that dry air intrusion.
yeah.
I believe is that the storm you're going into there, Charlie? Then
I believe so. It looks quite heavy in front of me, so
do you
I'm
not have
hoping.
a map?
I do up here. I've got the VFR map. I'm trying to judge it off of where it is on my other screen to where it is on here.
Yeah. Let's have a look at see if there's any more questions here. Do you think rapid intensification can run Bebinca into super typhoon? Well, it's quite early to say that now, but I mean, you never know. But it doesn't look like it right now. Look like that right now. The storm's just it's going to be a tropical storm for quite a bit, and then once it becomes once it's nearly becoming a typhoon, we could then get a better perspective on that. But I don't think it would be a super typhoon as of now. We can't really say right now. Oh, okay, there we are. Oh my gosh, Charlie, you are going fast.
Yeah, I'm slowing down now to make sure I can stay in this thing.
So Charlie, will you get any readings of this storm?
I don't. Hopefully I need to set this thing up though. I need to figure out how to.
Okay, then that's fine. Anything more we need to go through here? Let me just see. Let me just bring this up. Right, well, I don't think I spoke about this yet. I have spoken about this yet. Well, this here. Look at that flash flood risk there. So we got a moderate flash flood risk. Just, I believe, well, you could say that extends from around Mobile, just to the southwest of Mobile, on the coast, down to further southeast of Lake Charles. And I could get those exact locations in a moment. Oh god, that's got a funny shape, but that is at least 40% risk of flash flood in that area. The area shaded red. This graphic here, as I did go over earlier, I didn't go over the other areas that could be expecting shear. Storm surge. So you can see Texas, 1 to 3 feet from the mouth of the Rio Grande over to Galveston Bay, and then getting to High Island, and then you have 2 to 4 feet High Island to Sabine Pass, then 3 to 5 feet from there to Rockefeller Wildlife Refuge. I'll go over this again for people who weren't here. Vermilion Bay is forecast to see 5 to 10 feet of storm surge, and that also includes from Rockefeller Wildlife Refuge down along the coast to Port Fortune. I apologise if I haven't pronounced any of the names correctly. And then you have 4 to 7 feet from that place to the mouth of the Mississippi River. Then 2 to 4 feet from Punta Alahache, I believe that says. And then from there, 3 to 5 feet over to the Alabama border with Mississippi. And then Mobile Bay and Florida-Alabama border will see 2 to 4 feet of storm surge there. Now, Charlie, have you got an update for us on how your flight is going right now?
just trying to figure out position exactly, but I think I might be close to the northern part of the storm. So I
There
think
we
I've got
are.
to think of this direction. I might be there.
But, see if I can see if there's any more questions. There must be. Force 13. Could Francine be a major hurricane? Now I believe someone's asked this already. It could, but the shear that it's getting right now, it's going up quite quickly. So we're going to be seeing an increase in shear for
Got a very good
in the future. It does though. So they are. I believe they're currently expecting 100 knots, but can't be too sure.
The average, it's average sea level pressure right now is 988 millibars with 65 knot winds currently for the Francine.
Right, we're coming into the northern part of the storm now.
Do you two either of you have any updates of the new advisory that's apparently coming in very soon?
Not yet. I will keep an eye out though. I'll see.
I'm waiting.
I'll see if they release any sort of discussion or anything on the storm.
Yeah. I'm going to pan back to this satellite imagery of Francine and Bebinca. Bebinca's down in the bottom left, and then you can see Francine on the big screen there. Francine looked like it was trying its best to clear out an eye feature earlier, but it doesn't look like it was too successful in that. Thoughts on that, guys? Either of you?
The eye review, I didn't see too much of the eye, but I did hear about the fact that it was trying to clear one at this early stage. But you know, whatever. It does what it does. And it, you know.
We did have last night an outlandish comparison to this to Opal by Alex. Now,
oh goodness me!
How far would I agree with that? Not too far, because we don't have a full-on forecast. The storm, there is a chance that this storm could become a major. Apparently, it was forecasted, so probably. But I'm not too sure in my eyes. I don't really think it could.
I don't think
might,
major status.
I don't. I'm not. I won't rule it out, but I wouldn't think that immediately. Let's just have a look here and see if this advisory, how this advisory is going.
Right, regardless of how this pressure works.
Have a look at what Charlie's doing then while I go and check that.
I'm losing control of the aircraft now. Oh, I have. Oh no.
Charlie. Okay. Charlie's crashed. How'd you do that?
Right. I am going to restart that and take off again.
Amazing, Charlie. Well done.
That was a wonderful.
He's just crashed in the middle of Francine.
Yeah, that's not exactly what I wanted to do, but you know.
Well, let me go and get this info then.
Yep, I will watch. How many okay, we're on advisory 8 at the moment, but.
Oh, hold on, we have a lot of questions actually here. Mr. Beryl says Force 13. Francine should peak off the coast of Louisiana around Cat 1 to Cat 3, then heavily weaken at landfall, tropical storm to Cat 1. Yeah, that's a decent prediction there, yeah, because the storm's shear looks like it's going to be increasing, which is good news for residents of the coast of Louisiana. Hurricane Autonobron says Force 13, any high pressure systems near the tropical storm when it reaches hurricane status? I wish I knew the answer to that. I'm sorry, I do not know. We also got Sahed Plays microwave estimates of the recent 12-hour data, all averaging Bebinca at already 50 miles per hour. One of the more aggressive observations not seen. Oh, really? Wow. That was rather quick.
What's that?
Well, there's Charlie restarting his flight. Now I can grab this info.
Oh goodness. Oh goodness me. Oh wow.
Would you like to commentate what you're seeing right now, Charlie? Because I'm looking at your
A
screen and
lot
you're
of
just saying, wow.
a lot of clouds. I cannot see a thing. There's there. This is just off the coast as well, so this is probably just a bit coming off of it. Or maybe it's just a bit of cloud, I don't know.
Just off the coast of Louisiana or off the coast of Texas?
Off the coast of Texas.
Well, I know they're getting rain right now, so yeah.
You're over by like Brownsville, Corpus Christi area, you'd say?
I will double check where I am exactly.
Just to give the folks watching a little bit of insight on where you'd be at if they look at a map.
Sorry, what was that, Beck?
And give the people a little bit of insight on where he is if they look at a map.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, where are you, Charlie, actually? Because you have
The Mexico to Texas border on the coast. So the nearest big place is Matamoros.
Well, I've just got that info from Lucas. 21Z is when the full advisory comes out, but we get the intermediate
21Z.
advisory at the end of the hour of the stream. So in around half an hour, we will be getting that advisory.
Half an hour we can cover that for a bit.
I'm waiting for it. I have all hands on deck trying to see that for you guys.
Do we want to read out the... Where is the document? I'll find it, and then I might be able to read out the hurricane safety stuff for anyone in the area.
Yep, I got you. Give me 1 second.
Just right. Glowing Rose, I'm not quite sure what you mean by worries about the F. Do you mean worries about the F names, or because I don't really.
Maybe worries about Francine, possibly.
I can kind of see his correlation with with Fran, Florence, two huge Category 4, Category.
When the storm actually leaves leaves all this dry air, then it would ramp up a lot faster. And sorry, what was that back? You were talking.
I said I could see the correlation with the F names. There's two F names that are retired, Fran and Florence. So
yeah, and there's more. You've got Francis. You've got loads. I think F is the second most retired.
Fiona was a Cat 4. Felix was a Cat 5. I understand the correlation. Yeah, I get him. I understand why he's a little nervous about the F names.
But the thing is that F names and I names, they usually occur around the sort of time of year where, in an average season, you see the most the strongest storms and the most worrying storms as well, like around peak season. So obviously that is a trend. See if there's anything else. Yeah,
Florence, Floyd,
that one as
Brandon,
well.
Francis, and Frederick are the ones that are all retired from the Fs.
Hello guys, if you're new here, this is coverage on Francine and Bebinca. We're currently going 65 miles per hour and 988 millibars on Francine and Bebinca. Well, apparently the microwave estimate's saying 50 miles per hour, but I'll have to have a look at that in soon. And Bebinca also has a pressure of 1001 millibars on our latest update. What's this? Force 13 tag from Sahel Plays. If Francine faces a new compact core on the upshear side with the northeast quadrant having the strongest winds typically, the likelihood of major goes up. I'm guessing that's HAFSA. Says Cat 3 to Cat 4. Well, HAFSA, they've been known recently to go a bit high on the estimates there, so I don't think that's I don't think they're quite a credible source for now. But of course, as I've said before, there is a chance. Well, there's definitely a chance of it becoming a major as it approaches the coast. But I don't think it'd make a major landfall. So not to worry for the residents in the area. And what was that, Burke, you were going to say?
What's interesting to me is, according to the NOAA, the wind gusts of knots 65, which is correlated with Category 1 sustained, or Category 1 winds if they sustain like that. So if they do get a little more strengthening, we could see a Category 1 by the end of the day, in my opinion.
It could happen. It could happen.
It could happen.
I'm not saying it's going to. I'm not confirming anything.
No.
There is that possibility, obviously, yes. Yeah.
The maximum, the current wind and knots for at last reported was 55, which is just under the Category 1 criteria, which is 64 to 82 knots. Right now it's at 55, with gusting at 65. So it's a borderline Cat 1 currently. And it's only going to get, in my opinion, it's only going to get stronger continuing.
Well, there we are. That would have to be updated. So that would be that updated then. Francine's a borderline Cat 1. Not quite a Cat 1, it's a tropical storm, but very near that intensity. It's probably 70 miles per hour there, you were saying, was it?
Yeah, I do believe it could become one very soon. Just by looking at it.
Yep. Oh, Charlie, what are you doing now? What's the
going into the north of the storm?
The north of the storm, okay.
The northeast of the storm, the most precipitation on radar that is shown is in the northeast of Francine.
So the majority of the rain then is in the north. As you were saying earlier, north heavy, so yeah.
North heavy. It will be as soon as the storm hits, you'll probably get most of the rainfall will be when the storm makes landfall. Or if not before landfall, because of the northern half of the storm.
Any chance of tropical tornadoes in the storm? Burke, do you have anything to say about that? Because I believe you would know.
Yes, it is off the coast of Okaloosa, Walton County, out in the Gulf. There is some water spouts happening currently, gusts of 35 knots and greater. And those are there's a severe thunderstorm capable of producing water spouts south of that in southwest of Empire Minka wreck, moving northwest at 15 knots currently. We do have that is per the NWS, so there is potential for water spouts in that area, kind of near Franklin Gulf County, that type of area, all along the coast there, including the little tropical storm we have over here. But in my opinion, yes, I think it could happen. But right now, there's a special marine warning for waters from Mexico Beach to oh my goodness, Apalachicola, I think that's how you say it, in Florida, from Okaloosa,
Tricky pronunciations, yeah.
Yeah, Florida's got some crazy pronunciations, but
yeah.
Swanee River. If you guys know where Swanee River is, for those watching from the Florida area, that's about 20 to 60 knots there, and 22 north meters southwest of Empire America Wreck, moving 15 knots. It is radar indicated, and there's a ton of higher waves. Expected wind gusts exceed 34 knots. Heavy downpours. It'll remain over mainly open waters. And these thunderstorms are very, and per the NWS, they're very, very capable of producing water spouts in that area. So if you are on the coast of Florida, like Franklin Gulf, Washington, Okaloosa, and near Fort Walton Beach and Seagrove Beach, Laguna Beach, Panama City, stuff like that, that is headed your way slowly but surely. But that is set to expire at, let me check the time here, because I just saw it, 2:15 Eastern, 1:15 Central. So that is something new that just kind of did happen recently.
Yeah, and if this storm is an organised hurricane when it makes landfall, or an organised storm, the majority of the storm surge will be on the when it makes landfall in the US Gulf Coast. The majority of the storm surge will be on the eastern side, and the reason for that is because the wind will be pushing that on, obviously. So if anyone is on the eastern side of where the forecast is, be aware of that if you're not already.
Right.
I'm going to have a look at more forecasts while Charlie shows us what he's got on his screen.
I do have to say, the storm surge forecast especially has actually stretched into Alabama as well.
Yep.
And very close to the Florida Panhandle too. So not just yeah. So Texas and Louisiana will not be affected.
When I read it out.
Alone.
Yeah, it keeps moving east, and even the Panhandle, Florida. Even if you live in the Panhandle, Florida, even you guys will get some heavy rain and maybe a tornado or two in that area, as these are producing water spouts near the Florida Panhandle, because the tail is even strong itself. Because I'm looking at the KEVX radar in Allegan Air Force Base in Florida, and just looking at the how it's getting itself organized. If it continues to do so, severe thunderstorm warnings will come about pretty fast with tornado possible tags all over the place. So just be careful if you live in the Panhandle and that whole area. Panhandle, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, that whole area.
Yep.
Yes, thank you. And to add to that, that's on the coast. So let's have a look at this. We've got another thing here. HAFSB seems more reasonable at 105 miles per hour. An average of both would give 115 miles per hour. Now that is, yes, I do agree with that, yes. Anyone who is new to the stream or has just come in, if you want to ask us any questions, feel free to just type @Force13 and text and send it through in the live chat, and we'll get to your question as soon as we can. I'd just like to remind everyone that the next, well, the intermediate advisory that's coming up in 20 minutes, we will be reading out, and then this stream will run for the time where we read that out, and then we will end it after that. This is a 1 hour stream. Would Charlie like to say anything there? Because you're going through some lightning there. What?
I'm going through some lightning. I think this is one of the sections of the storm that is coming off to the west, towards the coast of Texas and Mexico. So this is the northwest of the storm now. I'm in.
Have you managed to get any readings from it, or is it tricky
No readings. I don't understand this aircraft entirely.
We'll be able to sort you out for next stream if when there is next stream.
What I am doing though is going through it, so the outside does look like this.
Yes.
But
Grey.
grey with some flashes.
Let's have a look here. Now I did update the imagery here. Like it would have updated only by a few frames though, but this is updated imagery just here, so it's updated by a slight bit. There's nothing new you can notice really, apart from the fact that the storm is really trying with Francine. But I would like to just for the moment, for the next few minutes, pan over back to Bebinca, because this storm, of course, is causing a load of rain over Guam, and I believe they've got a special marine warning, just off the coast. I believe it was southeast coast. It was southeast coast. There was that warning. Now, if I look here at the rain there, I don't actually have the data for how much rain is being caused there. I need to get WSV3 for that, which I'll be getting very soon actually. So that'd be good for future streams if I ever have to stream again past when I get it. But we know definitely that this storm is causing a load of rain. I just would like to see if anyone in Guam watching, if there is any people, is there what is the rain like? Because we know there is rain.
Once again, Bebinca is a very north-heavy storm as well.
We have a huge update here for Francine. Sorry to cut you off.
Oh yeah.
Francine now moving. This is from the National Hurricane Center in the Atlantic. Francine's now moving eastward across the western Gulf of Mexico. They expect it to become a hurricane by this afternoon.
Okay. In fact,
well then there we are. They
at 1 this afternoon.
So they've got the same expectations as you then.
Yeah, we're in agreement.
Yep.
In agreement.
You shook hands.
In terms of Bebinca,
came to a great agreement, and we figured out that it's going to be. Because it's starting to take shape. It really is. I wish everybody could see.
Yep.
I could see on it, but
I do know. Yeah,
I'm looking at the Brownsville, Texas right now, and it is really starting to take shape a little bit.
And what was that, Charlie, you were going to say about Bebinca? A north heavy storm still.
Guam is going to get the worst brunt of the rainfall now, as it is a north and eastern heavy storm. It is incredibly eastern, actually. Huge quadrants on the eastern side of the storm.
So,
it's actually really hard to tell where the centre is.
Both of them are a northeast heavy, did you say? Are you reckoning?
Both are northeast heavy, yeah.
That's in the precipitation side of things.
Yes, so that is radar.
Yes. Now, is there any more questions coming through? No, there's not yet any more questions. Charlie, you seem to have paused your flight. What's?
I have paused as I am looking at
Oh yeah.
the storms at the moment.
Well, bring up the storms there. I will. If anyone wants to see any radar, I could get some up.
Share my screen.
You could share your screen?
I don't know
Absolutely.
Yeah,
If you want to share your screen of anything, absolutely, go ahead.
I am looking at the
Yes.
Brownville, Texas radar here. I'll send it to you. There we go.
Oh, you've got Francine radar. Okay, there
I
it
think
is.
this was updated an hour ago.
So there it is.
This is live radar too, because it updates every 30 seconds. This is from about 3 minutes ago. This is the last reported position of it.
Well, I can see what Charlie means by the northeast heavy in the most amount of rain, but it does look more stable on the northwestern side there.
It does, yes.
But yeah, there's a lot of rainfall on that northeastern side. Yeah. There we are.
Also, let's also talk about the sea surface temperatures here. They are piping hot for this storm.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's the Gulf for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, the storm doesn't have dry air or shear on its side, but it does absolutely have the sea surface temperature on its side.
It's currently over about 30 degrees Celsius waters. It will drop down to 26 degrees Celsius waters as we get closer to the coast, but that doesn't really matter by the time it gets there.
Yeah.
It would have intensified off, which is not very great. There's nothing we can do about that.
It's going to continue headed. This path would be correct because it's going to continue headed up this way. It's going to hit Louisiana currently, but
Yeah. Well, we will have more live streams along the way as it heads up the Gulf, and towards Louisiana. There we are. Got it out.
what the heck's going on over there? Sorry.
Right then, Charlie. Anything else you've got? Do you want to pull up the Bebinca radar then, if you can?
I actually cannot find any radar coverage for Bebinca at the moment. I don't know where. I actually can put up the accumulation of precipitation in terms of an actual animated version of it here. It still says 14 Ws. This was taken about 40 minutes ago, but it can be up to 40 millimeters of rainfall inside the northeastern side there.
Well, no need to worry about that then, Charlie, because I believe I do have some radar for Bebinca and Guam.
Wonderful.
So I'm just gonna. Oh, we can go with all sorts. Right, let's go here. Let me just get some up in just a moment. Here we go. So, let me see if I can.
You also see there's 2 more.
Here we are. So, this is what I'm currently looking at here. Bebinca's radar, as it makes a very close pass to Guam, just on that southern side there. You can see that most of the rain is already funneling itself into the island. And that convection could blow up some more rain as it passes through. The rain right now for Saipan is absolutely fine. And Rota Island, just here, I don't know if you can see my cursor. That's getting minimal rain. I'd say more moderate rain. I don't know the wind reading that they're getting down in Guam. Do you guys have any what are they called? Surface plots. There we are. You guys have.
And pick up some surface plots.
Yeah.
It is in 10 minutes sustained wind, which is kind of annoying, but I suppose we're picking up here 26 knots, 10 minutes sustained.
Right, Charlie, I'll have a look at your screen.
I don't know if that is entirely correct. I'll bring up the surface plot anyway.
Yeah.
That's double at the moment, but also I believe the NHC advisory, the public advisory, is just updated.
Yeah.
1 p.m. Central Daylight Time.
Well, read that out. Read that out now, then, if you've got it.
They have it 65 miles per hour, 988 millibars, the same as we have it at the moment.
Yeah.
It goes over the storm surge effects with High Island, Texas to the Mississippi-Alabama border, Vermilion Bay, Lake Maurepas, and Lake Point Chartrain, if I've said that correctly. And there was a hurricane warning in effect for the Louisiana coast from Sabine Pass eastwards to Grand Isle. And from the storm surge warning means that there's a danger of life-threatening, obviously, for the next 36 hours once impact. Didn't word that correctly, but you know.
Is there anything about the forecast and intensity?
Francine is moving northeastward across the western Gulf of Mexico. It is expected to become a hurricane this afternoon or tonight.
There we are. So, they are definitely predicting this storm to become a hurricane sooner than anyone thought then. There we are.
And all watches have been discontinued for the Texas coast south of Matagorda to the mouth of the Rio Grande River. And the Meteorological Service of Mexico has also discontinued all warnings of the storm, so it's now moving past that area.
Well, there we are.
So is Louisiana.
Yeah. So, currently, the warnings that pop up on the sidebar, with those editations that Charlie's just said, that's what incorrect. Now, with the new update out. Now, if you guys have just come here, you're very late. But this storm we're tracking Francine and Bebinca, both of them, right now. Now here's some radar of Francine that Burke has up, which is very, very useful for the storm. Burke, do you have anything more to say for new people that have just got here before I read out more comments?
Yeah, from what I've picked up here and there, it's going to be, me and the NWS are in agreement. It'll be a Hurricane Cat 1 by the end of today. I was saying it earlier before they even released it. I do think that this will be a Hurricane Cat 1 that goes through the Gulf of Mexico, and I think it'll hit around this area, as the graph says. It'll hit Louisiana. Probably the Panhandle, Florida will get it as well as Alabama. But for now, we kind of just watch and wait as it continues to go through the Gulf of Mexico and strengthens. And we'll see how heavy it strengthens. We'll see how big it gets.
Here we are. Here's another comment from Sahad Plays. Yagi's remnants seen by Icon to be a land depression over Bangladesh. It could be possible. Now, wow, that's
really
that's surprising, really, because yesterday Yagi did not look good at all. It didn't look.
No, it looks
good.
very, very gone.
Yeah. So if that re-intensifies to a land depression, then that would be very interesting.
Yeah.
I think
back on the American side, I do think that the depression for the one that's in the
Western Pacific. Oh, yeah.
Yes, there you go. Yeah, that one actually.
Bebinca.
I think that one. Bebinca. Yes. Thank you. I couldn't remember the name. Save the
there you
life.
are. Never mind.
Yeah, I think Bebinca will be very interesting. It's getting very organized, and I'm genuinely curious how that one's going to play out. for
Yeah.
folks over in Guam.
No, that's true. And as I said earlier, after this storm has moved through Guam and became a typhoon, they're already expecting this storm to become a major as it makes landfall or passes nearby to Okinawa, or could be any of the Ryukyu Islands near that area. And Okinawa obviously is the largest of the Ryukyu Islands, so that could be interesting. The storm would probably move on to China after that. I have no idea on the intensity when it does, really. Charlie, do you have any more info from the flight, or are you paused still? You're paused.
I paused the flight, however, I will say one thing which does slightly away from Bebinca and Francine, but it's something that we haven't covered yet on the stream. I will go over this very, very quickly and swift, as it's not the main point of the stream at all. But there is, if anyone wants to know about the invests that are supposed to be forecasted to possibly form, I'm just going to go over a couple of numbers.
Oh yeah. Alright, go on then.
So in the JTWC currently has 94W pretty much fading its way out, which is fair enough, as it doesn't seem very good at the moment.
Yeah, we looked at it last night, didn't we, Charlie? It did not look very nice.
However, in the Atlantic, the second disturbance near Africa has got an 80% chance of cyclone formation in 7 days, and the first disturbance has actually dropped down to 30% in the 7 days.
Before you go to that, please could you just pull up some imagery of the Atlantic or any of the basins while you talk about it?
I can do that.
People can get a visual take on it as well.
Yep,
Thanks.
no problem.
If you don't want to, I can if you want. I don't have it prepared. So
right. Go about here. This
if you could share your screen, that'd be great.
So you can see, this is I think this is L992L, and then right behind it
Charlie,
is the disturbance.
Charlie, you're not sharing your screen.
Am I not?
No. We're still looking at the planes.
Oh, I didn't the entire time. Oh no. Alright, there you go. So
there we are.
You can see Francine there,
That's
and you can see the massive
outflow.
Actually to the outflow to the northeast of the storm, but you can see 92L sitting on a minute, which has actually dropped in its percentage of forming, which
formation chance.
Formation chance in the next 7 days, that is. 2 days, I believe there is still a 60% chance, or 50.
I'm looking at it right now.
Actually, no, it's a 40% chance even. But the other disturbance by Africa seems like there's a lot better of a shot to intensify and possibly become a tropical storm, maybe.
I can tell you that
Give it out.
2 day probability
We
for
can.
one near Africa. 2 day is 30, 7 day is 70, so it is the NOAA is agreeing with you on that one.
And Charlie, that Eastpak invest that the NHC have gone rather low on and we've gone higher. Would you like to pull that up? Because I believe we have gone for a 70% chance of that, or a 60% chance. I actually think it was 70. I remember updating Ticos earlier. Do you want to pull up the Eastern Pacific invest, or the Eastern Pacific?
Yes, I'll pull up the Eastern Pacific one. So the Eastern Pacific one is definitely not expected to form in the next 2 days at all.
No, but
it has a 30% shot, but it does have a 60%, which I think we've gone higher on for the next 7 days. Now, at the moment, it just looks like a big mess, but it does seem pretty.
Was lower. I can't confirm it because it was 30 yesterday. I was taking a look at it yesterday.
Yeah.
30.
Was 30.
Well, that's surprising, actually. I did see I saw a graphic earlier from one of the models that someone posted, sent in the main room, saying, well, the graphic had a visual representation of the predicted infrared view, and only, I think it was September 13th, so that's in 2 days time, 3 days time, sorry, they're already expecting it to be at least a category 2 on that infrared imagery, this system that we're looking at, which is very interesting. That I'm not saying that's going to happen at all, because I don't believe it would, but that was very interesting to see.
I will pan over to the Western Pacific, if there is one. There might not be on here. Might have
I
to.
It's tropical tidbits.
Yeah.
Might have to look at the Force 13 image. Oh,
I'm
yeah.
gonna have to do
Force
that. Yeah.
13.
That is fine. Let me.
Never mind, mate. Hold on, let me see. Oh, we've got no new questions in. But Timothy Parker does say, where have you guys been for the previous 2 days? Now, we've been fairly limited on our streaming due to the fact that the founder of Force 13, Nathan Foy, as you all know him, he's been away. Well, he is away still. He's gone on vacation, and he's at an undisclosed location right now. So yeah, but just before we finish up this stream, Charlie, what does the Western Pacific look like before we finish up?
You can see 94W, not very well though. You can see a tiny bit of the remnants of Yagi to the left of the screen. Leapy is completely gone. There is no trace of that at all. It is just a large front heading towards Alaska. However, you can see Bebinca right over Guam.
And Bebinca, obviously, well, its influence looks huge on that.
It is, yeah, there's a lot of influence around it.
When that intensifies, it might be quite large. Before we end tonight's stream...
there you go.
Oh, yes, there we are.
I believe the winds last reported winds just went up on Francine. I might be wrong.
Really?
I was going to say before we end the stream, Burke, do you have anything to say? So
I believe Francine just went from 60 to 65 miles per
yes,
hour.
it has.
Yeah.
In the public advisory released 10
the
minutes ago,
intermediate
went
one,
from
yeah.
55.
That was the one that released 10 minutes ago, I believe. I just saw an update on my screen here, so now it's 65. It's pushing that. It's slowly pushing that 74 mile per hour boundary that the NWS or the NOAA, I should say. I apologize. That the NOAA can, if it sustains at 74 miles per hour, you will see this become a Category 1, which if people who are just tuning in because they're kind of just looking to see what is going on and what a Category 1 is, it's very dangerous winds that'll produce some damage. Well-constructed frame homes could have damage to roofs, shingles, vinyl siding, and gutters. Large branches of trees will snap, and shallowly rooted trees may be toppled over. Extensive damage to power lines and poles will likely result in power outage that could last few to several days.
Okay, thank you.
Is this on to wrap things up then? Or
Yeah, I'd like to thank you both, Burke and Charlie, for your assistance in commentary tonight, this evening. I'm just going we have got no new questions. Well, thank you all for viewing this stream. As you know, I'm new to streaming with Important Streams. My name's Jack Pepper, if you didn't know. I'm the Image Scouts lead for Force 13. I collect cyclone history imagery for each day. So whenever Nathan mentions cyclone history on a tropical weather bulletin, then you'll know that I was the one that picked that storm. So yeah. So thank you guys for watching this live stream. I've tried my best to cover as much as I can, and so's Burke and Charlie. But yeah, I'd just like to say goodbye.
One last thing before the stream ends.
Oh yeah.
At 21Z, there will be a Francine video update produced by me, just to let you know.
Oh yes. So Charlie.
So more coverage, and there will also be a tropical weather bulletin light again tonight. So there'll be an update and a light tonight.
Yeah.
Additional to this stream, so there will be coverage on Francine and Bebinca tonight.
And if you like this stream, consider subscribing, and maybe even if you want to show your support, become an ultimate fan, because that also gets you access to a lot of perks, like even in the Force 13 public server, which I'll mention in a moment. You can join at Discord/Force
Discord.gg/Force13.
There we are. Thanks, Charlie. So that's how you can join the server. You can also access our Ticos posts if you are Category 2 Ultimate Fan and above, if you are interested in knowing. So I'd like to say thank you for watching the stream, and good night from the team and I.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good evening.